Okay, what I want to talk about right now is basic engine valve timing. Now we're talking traditional four-stroke engines that have been around for well over 100 years. Modern stuff, some Atkinson cycle and rotaries, this doesn't apply to. But we're talking modern four-stroke engines, you know, diesel included. What I always like to do, and yes, you degree cams in if you're building an engine if you can, that's the best way. But another method, let's say you're working on a newer engine. Let's say it's a 2014 Chevy Traverse or something with a 2.4, and you think it might have jumped time. Now sometimes there's clues with codes and that with modern electronics, but let's say an old school engine. This 454 we're putting together here happens to be a Crusader, normal rotation, and we're converting it to a roller cam. So one of the things I like to do on everything is I like to verify the overlap, the valve overlap specifically, on the companion cylinder. And the easiest cylinder to deal with is number one. So, you know, I obviously my timing tab should be pretty accurate, and obviously my zero should be pretty accurate. The only way to really tell if that's accurate is using a piston stop or dial indicator with the head off. But what I want to do is I've got the valves all adjusted, but there's two things I like to do. Number one, when I adjust valves, I like to go through the firing order of the engine. So I do have number one up on TDC here, and I like to do the finger compression test, I call it. So what I basically do is just stick my finger in each hole and go through the firing order one by one, consecutively, sequentially, okay? That tells me, A, I know what firing order I have, okay? So I know when I go to put the distributor in the engine, the thing's gonna start and run. That also tells me I have at least somewhat compression on each cylinder as I'm rolling it over. The other thing I like to do when I come back to number one, so I've already at number one here, so I'm going to go through this. The firing order is the traditional GM firing order, 1-8-4-3-6-5-7-2. All right, so the companion cylinder on number one is number 6. Okay, so and actually what you can do, a nice little trick, is you can, anybody's firing order, you can find the companion cylinder by this little trick here. All right. And what I'm going to show, all right, so we know the firing order of this engine is 1-8-4-3-6-5-7-2. All right, now how do I know who the companion cylinders are? Let's say I'm a complete dummy. So what I do is I take this back half of the firing order and I put it under the front half. So 1-8-4-3, okay, 6-5-7-2. So 1 and 6 are companion, 8 and 5 are companion, 4 and 7 are companion, 3 and 2 are companion. So right here, I know who my companion cylinders are in this engine. Well, like I said, being as I have a timing tab, I can really tell accurately 1 and 6. So let's go through this here. All right. So I'm already at number one TDC, so there's not going to be any compression there. All right. So let's roll through here. I'll put my finger here, number 8. I'm going to roll this over. Hear the air? 1-8-4, which is right here, blowing at me. We'll go to 3. Second one back over here. 6. Coming up on companion here. Companion to 1. All right. Now 6 is on compression. Now if you look at my timing tab here, I'm at what, 10 before? So right there, that's number 6 is up. See, 2 pistons, being a 4-stroke engine, 2 pistons are always up at the same time. So 1 and 6 are up together. All right. So the next cylinder is 5. All right. 7 is after that. All right. 1-8-4-3-6-5-7-2. Front one over here. All right. So I have finger compression, as I like to call it, on all the cylinders. Now, before I come back to number 1, well, let's come back on it. All right, I got compression. Now, my mark isn't close here, but what I want to do is I want to focus on the lifters on cylinder 6. That's these two guys right here. This is 2, 4, 6, 8. This is 1, 3, 5, 7. So 6 and 1 are companion cylinders. So what I'm looking for is this thing, it just got ready. The piston's coming up, it's blowing, the exhaust valve's open, okay, which is right here. All right, and the intake valve is getting ready to open. So valve overlap is when both valves are open at the same time for a very, very short amount of time, generally speaking. So as I cross 0 here, okay, and it's going to be hard for me to show you this because I don't have multiple cameras, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll this over. You can see I'm getting close here. All right, and watch as the exhaust closes, okay, and the intake opens. Should open right at 0. Now I'm at 14 before, according to my timing tab here. Right there, see? See how they just moved? And right there, I'm what, 2 degrees after? I'll back it up, do it again. All right, I'm at about 10 before. I'm gonna rotate it. Boom. See how that just moved at the right time? So I am very, very close. Now again, does that replace the degree wheel? No, it does not. Does that tell me that I'm reasonably in time? Absolutely. This engine is gonna run. Based on this, I've checked my compression, finger compression. I've verified my firing order, and I know that number 6 is on overlap as I cross 0. I do this on every engine. I don't care if it's a 2.2, a gray Marine, or a big block Chevy. You get in the habit of this. This is a fail-safe double check on how to verify valve timing. And like I said, you know your firing order, you know all that stuff. So that way, when you go to put this engine together, you're not sitting there, especially on a flat tappet cam engine. You know, if you're putting a distributor in, it's out of time, or you might have the wrong firing order, you're going the wrong direction, if you're Marine or something like that. You know, I don't take anybody's word for it. I don't take the cam manufacturer's word. It's the engine assembler, builder, whatever you want to call its job to verify this stuff is right. Mistakes happen, cams get ground wrong, you may have the timing incorrect or whatever. You know, I am ready to go, and I'm ready to complete the assembly of this engine. So I hope this helps. Like I say, I hope it's a good tip for some of you guys that are building your own stuff. Again, we're not Rick Hendrick here. This isn't Robert Yates. I mean, what we're trying to do here is verify stuff's running. Are there better methods? Yes, there are. But this is just an easy method that requires absolutely no tools to figure out if I'm close or I'm off. Thanks for watching.